What we have here is the new CQLR 1:4 illuminated reticle scope. It's made by the PFI Incorporated at Light Optical Japan. What we've done is we put in a ballistic reticle that's in a first plane reticle so that when you're on one power and you want to use this gun for CQB, the illuminated reticle could actually be used because in low light you can use it to range target, shoot long range, or at close quarters it'll work like a reflex sight. So what we did is we put in ranging boxes so that it allows you as a designated marksman or soldier, primary long-range shooter, to be able to shoot from close quarters. Then if your mission takes you all the way to 600 to 700 yards, you're able to use the little boxes on the right side of that particular range. For example, we have a 9 MOA circle in the middle of the scope, which allows you to say if you put on the size of a head, that's 100 yards. There's a space that if you put the head in that space, it's 200 yards. And then if the dot covers the head, that's 300 yards. Now you're using the center dot for all three of those shots out to 300 yards. What we did is also put in ranging boxes. So from 400, 500, and 600 yards, you put the box on the head, then that's the distance of the shot. So in essence, you're able to shoot from 0 to go right out to 600 yards without having somebody to call the range with a rangefinder. Although it's nice to have a rangefinder. So if you're the designated marksman in the military, or if you're a varmint shooter, the size of that circle is actually the same size as a groundhog. So you could use this to range groundhogs out to 600 yards. So the nice features on the scope is we have the reset target knobs. So once you set your 0, you merely lift the turret and set it back to 0. So that means you don't have to use those little Allen wrenches and be turning little screws. It's all a preset setting. On the left side, we use a 2032 battery, which powers the illuminated reticle and allows you to use it for indoors in low light and also in low light to be able to still see the reticle if you can see the target. On top, you see here is one of the PFI mounts, which has our Special Ops compact sight, which is basically a reflex sight, battery operated. The unique feature about this scope is we have on and off switch. Many of the other reflex sights in the past, you cover it up and it turns it off. What we did is many shooters, operators, police, hunters, sport shooters alike want to be able to turn it off to preserve the battery. We have a auto position, so the sight adjusts for ambient light. If you go indoors, it dims down. If you're out in the desert, it dims down. If you go inside and the bright light comes on, there's a light sensor, a photocell in the front of the sight that allows you to be able to see it. It'll adjust automatically. Then, if you want to turn it on full power for use outdoors or in a real bright situation, or you just want to have a real bright light, you could turn the switch all the way on. So now, and also on auto position, you can cover it and it'll put it in the sleep mode.